What if CM Punk never dropped the pipe bomb?
What if Cody Rhodes never left WWE? And what if brother Hulkamania never turned heel?
All this and more on this week's episode of Hot Tags, Cold Takes. Let's go!
They say, y'all ready? Hot tags, cold takes, we tag in. The world shakes from the couch to the cage. Two friends about to change the game. Hot tags, cold takes, whoa. Every rant, every joke, shock the world with the madness from our mouth. Press play, let the countdown start now.
Yeah, so the park's closed now because of the incident on the swing, but we don't need to talk about that anymore. Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of Hot Tags Cold Takes. I'm James. You can't see me, but I have glasses on now, and this is Nick. Hi, Nick.
Hello, James. It's glad to be back for another episode. Episode 6 already.
It's unbelievable. The original plan was we were going to do monthly, so episode 6 would have been like September or some shit, but now it's here.
We couldn't resist. We love doing this so much, and we know how much everyone out there loves listening to us, James.
Absolutely, especially when they have good toes. We've got some things to talk about. You heard in the intro, we're going to do some what ifs in today's episode, and hopefully there will be some Spanish. But Nick, I just want to start by saying I'm not going to give any hate to AEW today. I think we've done enough of that. Let's give them some respect. They've put someone in the hot seat. Darby Allin as champion, and we should respect that deeply, shouldn't we, Nick?
We should, especially after the match.
Fuck Darby!
Whoa, you scared me there. Don't do that.
Scared the viewers, listeners.
Scared everyone.
Sorry,
especially after the match that he had last night. He had a wonderful match against Brody Chunk, who thinks it's just fat CM Punk is what he is. But I mean, yeah. Anyway,
I've never heard of that guy. And I'll get hate for not hearing about them guys, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. Let's talk about the real good thing in wrestling. What about Obafemi has a challenge out, Nick?
Obafemi's challenge? What's he like? Chili eating, food eating?
What
are we talking? Hot dogs? Ooh, how many hot dogs do you think he could eat?
Do you think he calls himself the ruler for a different reason?
Oh well, we're cancelled now.
What?
They call me the ruler. All right, you want to go down to Subway and get yourself a footlong?
He needs 2 rulers. Okay, so Obafemi has a challenge. Who's going to challenge Obafemi, Nick?
I don't
The Rock?
know what way it's going to be, but I mean, okay, if you're booking this, you need to get it right from WWE's standpoint. Because are you booking it as TKO or are you booking it as Triple H? Question is, if you're booking it as Nick, and Nick is usually pretty accurate whenever it comes to things in the old prediction sometimes, yeah, we're not putting Drew over. Drew's getting buried. He'll be the first victim that I would feed to Oba and just kill him. And he'd have to retire immediately because it's in the contract.
Okay.
Yeah, so Obafemi's challenge, James, let me tell you a little bit about that. What I would do if I was booking it, I would feed him every single member on that roster. I would build him like Goldberg, essentially, and let him have a streak. Then, this ties in with the idea I spoke to you before about, where Gunther obviously has a match at SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar, Minnesota, it all ties in. And we've been with the cold here, folks, so excuse the heavy breathing, and I'm not just excited because I'm talking about
warm.
Oh, yeah. Flowing.
Ruler.
The ruler of flowing is what he is. But anyway, yep. So Gunther is owed a favor, as we know, from Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman hasn't given him any of his favors or whatever yet, and if he has, then I've missed it. So this is just from the mind of Nick. Okay, so he takes the match and then he starts brutally attacking Paul Heyman. Brock comes to make the save, and then Gunther's like, "Yep, got exactly what I wanted. Give me the match. Let me retire you. You call that a retirement with Oba? That was ridiculous. Blah 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 blah." Gunther then retires Brock at SummerSlam in his hometown to the mass reaction of the fans. Then we have Q Obafemi. Obafemi will come in and he'll be like, "I am the ruler. I am the Subway footlong." And then
Look
and
at
he will
line.
then say, "Look, You took away my moment at WrestleMania. How could you do that? Why would you do that? I'm going to challenge you then to a match. But Gunther dodges and dodges for weeks on end. Eventually, Oba's continuously chasing him, and like he could argue it's maybe makes Oba look like a wee bit of a bitch if he's chasing Gunther for no reason. But this is where it gets interesting. Gunther will eventually pick up the world title along this journey. Then, fast forward a wee bit more, Gunther and him are still exchanging. There's wee seeds being planted here, there, throughout the months as they go along.
Can I pause you there?
Season.
Can I pause you there?
Yeah.
The ruler, he plants seeds. Carry on.
Okay, the ruler plants seeds. Okay.
WrestleMania season. Yep.
So we get the WrestleMania season. Gunther still has the belt. He's done the ripping. He's done the tearing. Now we have Gunther coming along. The challenge is set. He's like, you will no longer undermine me. You will no longer think you're better than me. If you think you are who you say you are, put the title on the line against me in the Ring General versus the Ruler. WrestleMania match, main event, probably night 2. Oh, well. Yeah, fuck it, night 2.
Fuck it.
I don't know who you would have on night 1, certainly not Drew McIntyre. But night 2, that's where I would go. And I would book them 2 for the build until we get to WrestleMania. And then, ultimately, Obafemi takes the title. And I would let him run with the belt then, just to see what he does with it. I'm not going to say he's going to be a great champion. I don't know how he would carry himself as a champion especially on the main roster. Excuse me.
I think he would wear the belt
around his neck.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't fit around his waist. You said you don't know what he would do with the belt. I think he would wear it and probably take it home. Did you mean in a creative in-ring as champion sense?
No, I just didn't know what he would do with it when he got it.
Right.
I thought he would.
Well, yeah, okay.
Do you think it's made of chocolate monies?
Well, listen, I heard on Monday Night Raw the other week, someone, I can't remember who, I don't know, probably someone irrelevant, was playing with the belt, and I heard the Velcro, man, it was too close to the mic, and I was like, you know what I mean, good old days that had buttons that held the thing together, now it's Velcro. I mean, your ticket prices are $7 million a day, and you've got Velcro belts. Anyway, sorry, so let me see if I can get this one straight, much like the ruler.
Yes,
rulers are straight, rulers
edge.
are straight, rulers are straight.
Subway footlongs are straight.
Until you bite into them.
And then it's still straight. You just lose a bit.
Okay.
It's a circumcised Subway.
Okay, we're going down a road here. So let me get this right. Gunther goes. Yeah, I can see that. I can see the favor being that Heyman lines up Bork Laser at SummerSlam for him.
Or he teases it,
and
then he never gets it, and then eventually leading to what Nick said. He's just like bang right in the head, chokes him out.
Yeah.
He's just like, go to sleep, baby.
I can see that, and then I can see a hybrid of that, and then Obafemi. That all makes sense. That tracks for me. I think they're going towards some sort of Cody versus CM Punk thing. I saw on their internet that ESPN wanted Punk MC on SmackDown because they've lost Ringman Rom's Uncle Roman to Raw, so we're teasing that. We're teasing that. That might be a thing that happens in the future, but I think that's a good idea. I like it. And then I'm just waiting on. Listen, Obafemi needs a new finisher move and has to be called the Hammer. You know what I mean?
Or what about just a running clothesline? It's called the footlong. Just Michael Cole. He's right here with a footlong.
We respect everybody here at Hot Tie School Takes, and just because you are who you are doesn't mean you aren't who you should be. That's all I'm going to say.
They call him Naheem. Isn't that right?
Oh, they do. I just realised I deleted the sound where he said Raheem that I had on the thing.
Oh, it's Raheem. I said Naheem. Okay, it's different gravy altogether.
Listen, all I'm saying is the ruler has a different challenge on the horizon. You know what I mean?
He does.
And you can fill in the gaps much like the ruler does regularly. So that's your feeling there. I would personally feed Obafemi to everybody.
Yeah, you need to put him on that streak. Like I just build his momentum. Yes.
Your mates had a sing song on Raw this week. Joe Henry's he's there. He's on Raw. He hates Logan Paul. They're having a wee kerfuffle. Austin Theory come out. Street Profits returned. Montez
Gonna
Ford's
cut
having
you
a
off.
baby.
Gonna cut you off. And then I'm just gonna leave this podcast right now. I'm just gonna walk away and take the mic and go home.
It's 2 episodes you've quit on now.
Yeah, well, what can I say? I'm not John Cena, am I? Like, John Cena never gave up. Well, he did in the end. I mean,
Yeah,
so
well,
maybe I am John Cena. There you are, folks.
maybe.
I am John Cena, just like our hero John Cena. I too quit.
I like it. What were you cutting me
Anyway,
off for?
I was cutting you off for the Street Profits are only getting this push because we found out Bianca Belair is pregnant, and Bianca
Yeah.
Belair was going to get the push, but now she got a different kind of push. And yeah, that's what the old gravy train's running with that one.
You're trying to tell me that
Do you like
Montez
oranges?
Ford? Up here I do like oranges actually, and I really like a red grape. I like a red grape. A red grape works for me. My wife bought green grapes last week, and I looked at her. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Do we come from another planet?
Are you trying to say that Montez Ford gave Bianca Belair the push?
Or was it Anslo Dawkins?
Oh shit!
Or
shit!
the big Balboski.
Was it The Rock?
It's always The Rock.
I'm gonna keep suggesting The Rock, right, for future storylines whenever we say things until I get it right. Until I get it right.
The next Paul Heyman guy is
The Rock. And then Monday Night Raw. If you smell, oh my god!
Oh
shit! Yeah. We'll get that one clipped up. Right, shall we do some what ifs? I like this last time we talked about it. Let's do some what ifs.
What if I quit?
What if Santina Marella never bought that ticket to Monday Night Raw? You know what I mean? That's the theme of what we're talking about today.
Is that what we're
No,
talking
we're not
about
going to do
here
that
now?
one. No, we're not going to do that one.
Folks, James had to steal my gimmick. I'm just saying, I'm a man of glasses, and he can do whatever he's doing here. He's pretending he's reading things, but he can't even read. He can only see color, and he can smell color. Like, he's weird that way. But
it's because of the LSD
in the flowing.
Flowing SD. Right. Okay. Let's start with what if CM Punk never drops the pipe bomb, right?
Yes.
So the suggestion is we would not enter the worked shoot era. Side what if no one would know who the fuck Colt Cabana is. Okay.
That's Ricky Manilo's song.
That's the that's the biggest push that man ever got was when CM Floyd mentioned him on the Floon. MJF was forced to cut promos about respecting authority in the modern world because CM Punk never ruined it. But how would it change the mentality of the world if CM Punk never dropped the pipe bomb?
Do you think like the sort of style of promo that we got wouldn't have been the same? Do you think it allowed more like realness and like shit from the hip almost? Because now you look at it and you get like the likes of your Roman Reigns or John Cena's sort of been doing it for years and almost in a sense. But I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Cody, like the likes of Cody Rhodes there, like a couple of promos that he's delivered recently, especially coming up before WrestleMania. Like they're almost like just straight up, speaking from the heart. And nobody speaks better from the heart than Hulkamania.
I suppose when you think back when they tried to do like real promos, and I'm thinking to WrestleMania 17 between Austin and Rock, you knew it was the characters speaking when they were saying it to each other. But Punk was really good at creating that. Oh no. Oh, I know all of that was fake. That was real.
Yeah. It makes you question it.
Yeah, he created the era, and then it made it okay to do that. And then I saw him give an interview where he said he had to write two versions of that promo, one that would get approved and one that he was actually going to say when he got out there. I thought it was like, I remember watching it at the time and I was like, whoa. And so there's a couple of things that don't happen, right? In one, I don't think. I mean, he was in a feud for the title with Cena, and that was where he got to. But he never is the superstar that he is today if he doesn't cut that promo. CM Punk doesn't make it to the level, and I suppose that's part of it because like that's how someone makes it to the level by being good enough to do that. So I get that that's the life of it, but he doesn't make it there.
Ballsy and Raw.
What ballsy on Raw?
Ballsy and Raw.
I
This is
thought
what
you were
we're
gonna say
talking.
he got his balls
We're
out
not
on
talking
Raw.
about. No. We're not talking about Obafemi. We've
Tonight,
gone past
the
that.
rule. Sorry. So I think if he doesn't do that, we lose a bit of edge in future wrestling, mainly
Well,
because
Edge
of the
did.
neck injury.
You're right. I was gonna say we did lose Edge in future wrestling.
We lose him
Thank
earlier.
You, Brodus.
Okay.
Thank you, Brodus Clay.
Thank you,
Fuck
Brodus
Tackle.
Clay.
Never liked Edge anyway. Piss off your shite.
Fuck me. Cope.
Rated R. Rated R. Wanker.
Can you cope with what Nick has said? If not, please comment below.
Edge was always overrated. Always. I'll say it again. Edge was, and forever will be overrated. Come
On
at
this
me.
day, I
Nick.
see clearly.
Well, you do see clearly now because you're wearing
Because I've
glasses.
got glasses.
Yeah. So it all makes it here. Can Edge predict the future?
We have discovered realism here on Hot Tags, and I think I wasn't ready for the discovery you made today. Edge can't predict the future. I can see clearly. And CM Punk's promo directly led to Edge's retirement.
And in the end, it doesn't even matter.
He's a girl now, but it's because he's left. Okay.
Oh, I like it a lot.
That was brutal. Right, okay. So we're agreed then. If CM Punk never drops a pipe bomb, it doesn't form the foundation for modern day honest break kayfabe promos.
Blurring the lines, really, isn't it?
Got these blurred lines. I can't. Okay.
Gonna drop a pipe bomb. Gonna drop a pipe bomb.
Got this pipe bomb. The ruler has a pipe bomb.
Tony Khan's in the distance going, I hear a pipe bomb. Darby Allin, you're in.
You're in. He's more overrated than Edge. Darby Allin is so overrated. Like, imagine giving him your championship.
Don't you be silly.
Imagine giving him your championship. Oh my god.
I'm gonna turn face on this podcast, and I'm gonna be all in favor of AEW. What are you gonna do about it?
That doesn't turn you face. That turns you heel.
It's AEW for you.
We are face already by hating AEW. There's only 7 fans in the world that like AEW, and they just happen to be the only 7 fans that have multiple Facebook accounts.
Tony Khan,
14
Tony
Twitters
Khan's
each.
dad, Tony Khan's dog, Tony Khan's dealer. There's 3 of them.
Tony Khan's dealer doesn't even like AEW. He just likes it to make money because then he can sell more of the flowing. He even thinks it's shit.
It is. It's shit gear.
It is fucking. It's shit. Yeah. Well, it's not.
Here, it's funny. Here. I know. We're not here to talk about AEW. We're here to.
No, I'm not talking about AEW.
We're not. But Tony Khan, so they have a pay-per-view called Full Gear. It all makes sense now. That's the one where he gets the delivery shipment in every year. Full Gear.
A year's worth of gear comes at Full Gear. Welcome to Full Gear, AEW.
Tony Khan edition.
Tony Khan edition. Yeah, and John Moxley is cutting himself in the corner. Not even on camera. Not even on fucking camera. John Moxley is the only person who, when he rehearses things for his match, just blades.
I thought Ric Flair was bad.
You walk into the arena and John Moxley's lying there in a puddle of blood, and they're like, "What's he doing? He's rehearsing for his match later. He doesn't have a match later."
I was gonna say he's not even on the card.
He's not even on the card. Big lad just wants to thrill.
He's out injured. He's just lying there.
Big lad was 14, and he had serious problems. That's all I'm saying. That's where the fetish came from.
Ah, okay.
He was rejected at school by his PE teacher. Okay. Moving on. Right. Let's talk about the next what if.
So what if Cody Rhodes, James never left WWE? I mean,
this is a catch-22 for me, Nick.
Hey.
Hey.
You were warned. You were warned about that, brother. You don't call me Nicholas.
Brother. We'll get on.
You're fired.
God damn it. This is a catch-22 for me. This is a
Yes.
catch-22. I'm going to tell you now.
Right. Sing your
Because
catch 22.
I like world champion finish the story Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
I like it.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Makes sense. Yes.
But
Okay.
obviously, if he doesn't leave WWE, he's mid-card forever. That never happens, right?
And he's
So
hissing like Stardust. Yeah.
that's the negative. By the way, what a pop Stardust got at WrestleMania. Wow.
Yeah.
That is the negative.
Yes.
If he was to stay at WWE. The positive is,
Oh, can I say it? Can I say it? I know.
Yeah,
What
you
I
can
think
say
I know
it.
what you're going to say it.
you can say it.
They'll never, ever, ever have been AEW.
Oh,
That's what you were going to
I
say,
forgot
wasn't it?
about
That's what you were gonna
Yeah.
say. Say it,
That's what he-
James. Let me hear you say
There
it.
would, yeah. If Cody hadn't left WWE,
Yeah.
there would never be AEW.
Yeah.
So the question is, Nick, I'm going to give you a hypothetical
I just
based on the
think here
Catch
first.
22.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think here I maybe need to turn my hate more to Cody Rhodes than Drew McIntyre here because he's the problem.
He has caused it.
He has.
Well,
he has.
I'm glad you said that because here's the hypothetical I'm going to give you, Nick. You have a choice, right?
Mhm.
On hand one,
Yes.
Cody Rhodes never leaves WWE, and we
Uh-huh.
never get AEW. Okay,
Uh-huh.
but the negative to get that massive, huge positive
Oh,
is that
let's
the
go.
person in the Cody spot right now is
Oh,
Drew McIntyre.
Fuck's sake.
Which would you prefer? AEW with Cody Rhodes on top in WWE, or no AEW with Drew on top in WWE? And instead of American Nightmare, it's the Scottish Nightmare.
Oh,
Instead of an American Nightmare tattoo on his cheek, he's got William Wallace's face on his fucking back. Okay, that's it.
I thought you were going to say instead he's got like that big Excalibur sword tattooed down his chest like Brock Lesnar.
That would have been good, actually. That would have been good. Which
Fuck, I
is
mean,
hypothetical.
as much as I hate Drew McIntyre, I suppose
Really, the
I can.
question is, which do you hate more, AEW or Drew McIntyre?
Well,
That's
it's
the real
obvious,
question.
isn't it? It's like
Mm.
we're hot tags, cold takes. You know what I hate? Hate all of it. Hate all of it, James. I hate AEW. I hate Drew McIntyre. You can't convince me that I need to pick one of them, brother. I need to get rid of both of them, brother. I can fire Drew. I can cancel AEW. I can do what I want, brother. I'm not picking, James. You can't make me do it.
Okay.
All right, then AEW out the window. Out.
And you heard it here live. Nick puts Drew over. Thank you very much on Hot
I
Tags
had my
Cold
fingers
Takes.
crossed the entire time.
Oh, you see, loopholes. I just
Flowing.
discovered what your deepest, most repetitive wet dream is.
What?
Drew McIntyre on AEW. Just
That's...
funnels so much hate.
And the thing is, he would go there, he'd win the main title, he'd win the main title, the heavy. They've got about 10. He'll win the heavyweight title on the opening night. He'll be the champion. Everyone will be like, "You, Drew McIntyre, yeah, you're the man. We love you, Drew. You're so much better now." And I'm just like, "Nope, do one." And he's still be like, WWE never give me the treatment I deserved, and I am the true chosen one. No, you're not, Drew. Shut your mouth. Get out of here.
Scotland, WWE never give me the treatment I deserved. That's what he would have said.
Drew, would you piss off?
And then just at the same
I
time,
didn't.
he's cutting this promo, right? And he's talking about like AEW. Shit, this is what. Sorry, just to remind everybody what we're talking about. This is what would have 100% happened if Cody Rhodes had not have left WWE. Apparently.
Oh yeah, fact.
And John Moxley sitting on the ring, the top rope behind him in the corner, just bleeding in the background while he's cutting this promo. And he's got
Stab me with a
nothing
sword. Stab me with a sword.
He's not even. He's not even in the match. He's not even involved. Like Drew's feuding with MJF or something, and John Moxley's not even on the card, and he's just bleeding. And then Drew McIntyre walks out with the sword, and John just dives off the top rope on top of the sword, and it stabs him in the sternum. And then like Excalibur or whoever is doing commentary now for that pissant show just says, "Anyway, let's talk about the flip that's happened in the ring." And then Drew McIntyre would have to learn how to do a moonsault off John Moxley's bloodied head.
That's insane.
Finish. So that's what would happen if Cody Rhodes. No, let's be serious. AEW would not exist. Cody Rhodes would not be on top right now, and Goldust would be TNA champion.
Yes. Although, no.
WWE still would have bought TNA, so
Uh-huh.
Cody would have been TNA world champion.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
I've decided that's it. Right,
Yes.
let's do my favorite what if. This
What's
is what I'm
that,
looking
James?
forward to.
What's that?
Brother, Hulk Hogan never turns heel. What if Hulk said? What if they said, Hulk, you should be the third man. He goes, that doesn't work for me, brother. I'm selling bandanas, brother. I'm selling the pythons. I'm taking the vitamins in my ass with an injection, brother. I'm not turning heel, brother. I'll go out there and I'll bury them all, brother. I'll go out and pretend to turn heel and I'll say, Mean Gene, this was all a work, brother. And I'll drop the leg on Hall. I'll drop it on Nash, brother. And they'll put the title on me, brother. And I'll never drop it, brother. And that would have been it, brother. What if that happened? And that would have happened if he didn't turn heel, brother.
I think wrestling would have died as well if he didn't turn heel. Like
It needed it, didn't it?
it did. Like because it changed the game. It really, really did. When you look, this is something I was talking about recently to a few people. Like Hulk Hogan is every reason every fan from a young age got into wrestling. I don't care
Yep.
who you are or what lies you tell me and say like Drew McIntyre and that's why you got into wrestling. I'll say you're a liar.
Said no one ever.
Exactly. Hulk Hogan is the one, always will be the one. He'll never be forgotten. He was larger than life. He'll go down and obviously in history. Even in 20, 30 years' time, we'll still be talking about the Hulkster. Hulk Hogan, if he never turned heel, the NWO wouldn't have succeeded. WCW wouldn't have challenged as long as it did. Vince McMahon would never have altered for the Attitude Era in the direction that it had. What else here? Just trying to spiral off the top of my head.
See, they were trying. Bischoff was still trying to create realism with the NWO, right? But it's like, so he was still trying to go the direction they ultimately went, right? So follow my thought process here. However, imagine the man who walked to that ring, and man's a legend anyway,
Yeah.
was Sting, or
Yeah.
it was, I think there was talk, I could be wrong here, someone will correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. It could have been Bret Hart,
No,
maybe,
I would.
that was that person.
No.
Right.
Don't be silly.
The point is,
It was to be Sting. It was not
yes,
going to
well,
be
I knew
Bret
that.
Hart, James. No,
I knew that.
no,
I knew it was
no.
it was meant to be Sting. The point is,
It was meant to be Drew
Bischoff was still
McIntyre.
trying to go a certain direction. Drew McIntyre was still forging his sword in the heart of a diamond volcano at that time.
He was.
And that was when Moxley was cutting himself in high school. So if it had been, Bischoff was trying to go a certain direction, and that was fine. But if it hadn't have been the Hulkster brother, it wouldn't have lasted. It wouldn't have worked. It would have fallen on its face about 6 months after the attempted turn. Sting couldn't have carried it, not because Sting's not good enough, but because the shock, brother, of the Hulkster,
Yeah.
brother.
As much as Hogan's, face run was ultimately, closing in on the end, is what we'll say. If it was anyone else, you need to look at those gimmicks. If it was a Sting, it would never have worked. Sting's too independent. Sting's gimmick was all about, sticking at the authority, doing what's right for everyone else. He was the crew. So like it wouldn't have worked if Sting had come down here, like, you know what, here I am. I'm now part of the NWO and I'm the leader. It maybe would have got a month, maybe at best.
I think
and
it's a
everyone would have been
month
like,
or so, but
yeah,
it wouldn't have had longevity because then you got the right dynamic for later storylines where Sting was then being the crew against the NWO, and he was,
Yeah.
it was all the right dynamic. So yeah, I don't think we'd be where we wouldn't have got the heights of the Attitude Era. We wouldn't have got Vince McMahon's grapefruits
no.
to the extent that we
Cold
deserved.
Steve wouldn't have happened.
There's some people who would have seen a positive in it, though. I think countless numbers of Vince McMahon's secretaries would have been a lot happier. As success would not have been as large.
Ruler.
Flying. So listen, there are positives for some people, but I think in our scenario, the
It's
world
definitely
is
it
better.
definitely reignited a fresh fire within wrestling. It gave Hulk Hogan a new lease on life. And it changed. There's no, you really can't argue that it changed the wrestling business, forever. So it did. And I mean, you look now, the NWO's been disbanded for how many years? Like, I mean, I couldn't tell you off the top of
9.
my head. Nine flowing.
Do you
And
remember?
it's people still talk about it. The shirts are still sell out. People still wear the shirts. I mean, even when you're out and about, I see the odd NWO T-shirt over here. I mean,
Same. Yep, I do too. Do you remember
but
that time 2 episodes ago that I said they were in the McMahonstein files? Do you remember that?
yeah,
You can
yeah.
watch listen to episode 4 on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube.
But Hulk Hogan isn't. Okay, I will
Well,
defend Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan,
listen,
Terry Boella, maybe. Hulk Hogan,
that
no.
motherfucker on files, let me tell you. That motherfucker's on a couple of files. Sorry, but
Audio.
he's audio, fucking visual.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Listen,
Let me let me tell you something, brother.
let me show you something, bro.
Floyd.
Oh, dearie me. Yeah. So there
Hulk,
are what
Hulk
ifs.
Hogan versus Hope Femi in a ruler match.
That doesn't
Sorry.
work for me, brother.
Sorry. Here, dream match scenario, and the say, actually, I'm getting ADHD's kicking in. It's caffeine, the coffee, whatever. Right. Hulk Hogan in the documentary. Documentary's so good in my opinion. I know people say they've seen it in WrestleMania and whatever. And
Mm.
I will not lie, I did shed a little tear at the end. I did. And I am a Hulkamaniac. Always will be, no matter what. Hulk Hogan is the man. Not my favorite wrestler. Triple H is my favorite. Well, but what's another story altogether? Like
Tell
that's a
about the
whole entire
game.
episode like about Triple H. Hulk Hogan states in the documentary, sorry, not the interview, well more or less is that nobody does his moves. Like he argues, go and find any other wrestler out there that does his moves better than him. And here's why this is fact and true what Hogan says. Because yes, Hogan's moves were very, very minimal. Leg drop, punches, big boot, body slam, or whatever, right? And the point, and then the hulking up, right? We all talk about them still to this day. You talk about Hulk Hogan and he's doing those punches, Hulk Hogan's big boot, Hulk Hogan's leg drop, Hulk Hogan's body slam. These are moves about Hulk Hogan that we continuously talk about even to this day. You don't go, oh, Undertaker did a big boot, or fucking Cody Rhodes did a leg drop. You don't talk about it, but when it's Hogan, you're like, Hogan's moves. Every move felt impactful. Every move felt important. Every Hulk Hogan move felt like it could win a match because he was larger than life. He was that superhero, and he was that damn good at making you believe. Now, I don't know. I could be sounding like a major mark right now. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but that's what I'm saying. My point of the argument is that you can't talk about any other wrestler's moves the way you could talk about Hulk Hogan's moves.
And I'm going to right now wholeheartedly agree with you. And I'm going to
All
give you
right.
more evidence to the point.
Okay.
And this is why you are a mark, okay? But
Mark.
Mark, you but stand mark. But you're a
Oh,
mark
really?
for the
Really?
you're a mark for the right stuff, in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to say to you. We spend our days receiving commentary on our social medias from toxic marks,
Yes.
AEW fans, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
what I mean by that is they look at that and go, but he only does 4 moves, and then he doesn't do a Canadian Destroyer, he doesn't do 7 spots. Okay, admittedly, Hogan doesn't sell, right? Okay, we'll give him that. We'll give them that, right?
All
Okay,
right. I suppose I'll let you have
we'll
one.
let you have one, right? But I'm going to liken it to who my opinion of the greatest of all time is, and that's Juan Cena, right? So you've got John Cena,
Okay.
and we said it before in a couple of in an episode three. What was it? 3 episodes ago, episode 3, I think we done our Mount Rushmore. We both had Hogan on it. We both had John Cena on it, and what they both have in common is they are larger than life.
Yeah.
They do the simple stuff really well, and they get their shit over.
Yeah.
Cena, 5 moves of doom. Hogan, Hulk up, punches, leg drop, brawler, big boot, brawler, 1, 2, 3, champion. John Cena, fucking backdrop, you can't see me, 5-knuckle shuffle, STFU, AA, STFU, tap tap,
Yeah.
title, brawler. Sorry, what was his?
Every move impactful, meaningful.
But
Doesn't
it
have to
comes
try
away
hard.
with the memory. You
Yes.
watch people come away from like and they talk about that was a 5-star show. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Do you remember that big flip that the big flying done off the floon and then the flame flung? And then he done the floon and then John Moxley bled all over the arena and I slipped on it in the hallway because he bleeds everywhere, right? Like that's that's all wee little things from a collective show. But you come away and you go, Hulk Hogan is the man, and this is what I remember. Hogan done this, and I remember John Cena done this, and even Ric Flair. Ric Flair abused that woman in a good way, and and he figure four her
Chop.
leg lock. He chopped that bitch, right? It's all these things that I
Can I
think.
ask?
Yeah, no, well, okay, yeah, you can ask.
Can I ask? It's just you mentioned figure four leg lock. Figure four lock's a different one that he does
Fuck
behind
yeah.
the scenes in the
Hell yeah.
bedroom. Woo! Why does a figure four hurt so much when you turn it over? Like, why does it hurt them more? Surely that doesn't make sense, James. Am I being silly here? So if I put you
Yeah.
in the figure four, hold on. So if I put one pearl two, hold on, and then I go, and then you do that little thing with your leg and toes, more toes, and then and then you go to turn over, and then I'm like and then I'm like no, do it, no. Why does that hurt more?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Why does that hurt
Hold
more?
on, I need to get in the character.
Okay.
You can't see. You can see what I'm doing right now. Okay, I'm gonna get in the car.
He's having a stroke, folks. Somebody call 999 or 911 wherever you're listening to. Yeah, the emergency service right now. Please help!
By God, King! He's reversed the pressure, King! That's why. He's reversed the pressure, King! That's why Charlotte does the figure eight, because you can't reverse the pressure on that, brother.
You can. And I know I've sort of detoured you here, and I will let you get back to it. It also brings me to my next one. How strong, James, is the Irish whip? I mean, how strong is an Irish whip? You just can't stop running. Like,
as two gentlemen from the native area of the birth of said whip, we are in prime position to give the detailed feedback on the why the Irish whip is so effective. Rule number 1: if you point an Irish whip diagonally anywhere in Northern or Southern Ireland,
Hornswoggle appears.
but he's invisible.
Shit.
And he causes you to hit a turnbuckle as hard as a drunk Irishman has been known, not saying, not confirming, to beat his wife.
Flying.
Okay?
Shillelagh is his wife.
It's like, the Irish whip is like 6 whiskies later.
Deep.
You're 6 whiskies deep. Wham. I don't even, the Irish whip is, it's what it is you imagine a cabinet. This is where it came from. A lovely, beautiful cabinet in your home. Okay?
Yes.
With nice bone china on it. Okay? That your mother or grandmother got from the market, right?
Yes.
And then in comes Irish dad. He's had 6 whiskies after work.
Finlay.
He's late for dinner. Finley's late for dinner. Finley's late for dinner. Little fucking Hornswoggle. He's been ushered off to bed because Finley and his shillelaghs on the way home.
Flowing.
He's fucking raging. They had no microwaves back then, so his dinner's cold. It's his fault his dinner's cold because he was drinking whiskies in the pub. But by God, that cabinet is getting the wife's getting whipped into that motherfucker, right? Why is it cold? Why is it cold? My dinner's cold. What? Hornswoggle's hiding.
Micro slap.
She's into the china. The next morning, I'm sorry about that, love. I didn't mean that. I love you. Let's take you out and get you a better breakfast. Oh, my lovely man. That
Potato.
potato. And then he hears the whiskey in the corner, and she's
Whiskey
trying
in
to
the
hide it.
jarro. Rum for
She's
my
trying to hide the whiskey because she knows
daddy-o.
what that means.
Yeah.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the
Yes.
truth behind the Irish whip.
You heard it here, folks. James has just uncovered the Irish whip.
Irishmen whipping their
We,
wives into
which
cabinets.
we're
after
very good at
six
uncovering
six
things here,
whiskeys.
James.
We do work things out. Yeah, listen.
We've learned a lot this episode. We uncovered the McMahonstein files back in episode 4. And here we are. We've uncovered about Edge today, about you and your glasses, about seeing clearly,
reversing the pressure.
reversing the pressure of the water. Yes. What a good
whip.
day. What a
What
good day,
It
James.
was a good day. It's a good day.
Good day.
Just very quickly, you recommend the Hogan doc? Because I actually haven't watched it yet. So you recommend the Hogan documentary?
I do. I mean, there's bits in it you will know, but I still came away from it going, I didn't know that. And there's a lot of personal stuff of Hogan's life. His upbringing, his relationship with his dad, his brother. Brother. His lifestyle in wrestling, after wrestling. What happened for his divorce. And then the addiction that he had to the morphine is what we know it here as. Fentanyl. I think Americans call it. Yeah, that's
fentanyl,
big Fenty. Hogan eventually put it over, I suppose, in the end.
Yeah.
But it's not a spoiler per se, but it was really sad for me.
Does he die in the end?
I don't want to spoil it, James. I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
He kicks out at 2.
No, he
hulks up from the grave. It's a very live match, and
he's coming back, brother.
Fists come straight out from the dirt, and you just see the soil shaking everywhere, and it's firing around. Everyone's like, "No way, he's not doing the thing, is he?"
All
and
the
then Andre's
documentary
like, "For
adverts.
fuck's sake!"
So all the documentary adverts are just market research to make sure the market's ready for Hogan return.
Yes,
Okay.
you're right. See,
that's
more
more things uncovered.
I was behind a lot of it. Sorry, James. I mean, I feel like I was responsible for a lot of these ads at WrestleMania. I feel like Hot Tags Cold Takes was responsible for a lot of the ads at WrestleMania because we were very ad heavy last month.
Follow, subscribe on all of our socials. We W Energy. You can get 853,000% off with the code Hot Tags, and you can get a mug.
Hot Tags Cold Takes sponsors this episode.
We do sponsor ourselves.
Hot Tags Cold Takes sponsors life.
And we sponsor the discovery of the Irish Whip.
We did. This episode is sponsored by the Irish Whip.
Are you from Ireland and do you beat your wife? Then you've sponsored the Irish Whip. Welcome to WWF AEW. Here, I heard a rumor that Triple Hunter H is getting a new multi-year deal with TKO.
As head of creative, is that
as the top flying in the flume?
It makes sense. I mean, why would you not? I mean, everyone wanted to say how bad Vince was a creative, but that's lies. It's what Triple H said. You can't hit 100 or whatever it was every time. You can't hit home run after home run. There's going to be some shit in there. I also did read that Triple H apparently and I was going to say Tony Khan, Nick Khan. See these Khan boys, I'm telling you.
Immigration brother.
Who can the can?
So it's
Nick
all about
Kant.
immigration brother.
I'm Nick Kant is what I am. Or no.
Oh.
No.
Sorry.
No. All these years.
No, I believe that you can.
No, I'm not.
There's
Nick
no Khan and Kant.
I'm Nick. Can't say it.
I know what you're gonna say.
You can't know.
He really can't say what he was going to say.
Yeah, I really can't say.
What were you going to say before what you were going to say?
I read the other day that they're talking about how Triple H and Nick Khan use AI for their storytelling. We live in a heavy AI world, but I mean, you know what that means? If Triple H is doing it, and apparently we do it as well, AI slop. WWE, we're on the same level as WWE, my friend. We're not on the level of AEW, nor do we want to be. But we are on the level of WWE. If WWE are using AI, We embrace AI.
I'm
AI
deeply-
is the future. I actually used a little AI story.
No, you didn't.
I did for work. A fella came into me and was just like, I want to get rid of AI on this, blah blah blah. I was like, you can't. And then he goes on and on and on and tells me about AIs, all this. And I was like, nah, brother, you listen here. AI's the future, brother. I was like,
No.
AI's the future. It's great. It's great for, and I wanted rid of him, James. I'm not going to lie. He wouldn't leave
I agree.
until I got rid of his AI.
I want rid of him too.
Yeah. So I was like, AI is basically great for hacking, is what I told him. And he was just like,
Oh.
what do you mean? And I was just like, it's great for checking your bank details, And boy, did he turn and run out of the shop, and I was pleased to see it. It was a win for Nick. Nick can. Nick can.
So, let me just ask a question.
No.
Heavens forbid
Yes.
two guys talking pure schnitzel,
Schnitzel.
really serious, proper, sensible schnitzel,
Floin.
on a podcast,
Yes.
use a little tiny little bit of AI to create a little image, and suddenly we're the fucking bad guys. Meanwhile, the people that are saying this are sending us fucking pictures of their toes, and John Moxley's cutting himself.
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. Little context here, folks. That
Shit!
we had a guy message one of our social medias, offering to promote our podcast, as they don't know. I said that weird. Promote our podcast, as they do apparently, and he was going to make us number one in America, y'all.
He actually said
we
top
were like,
20 worldwide.
top 20 world. Well, top 20 worldwide, number one in America, number one, Funaki, number one. And yeah, so he ended up sending us a picture of his toes.
Twice.
No, twice. Yeah, twice. One with AI and one without AI. Something weird going on there.
To the AI, it's 3 times because he sent his toes. I then complained that half of his foot was cut out.
That's right. Yeah.
And if he sent us another picture of his toes, we would consider giving him $700. And then he sent it, and then he didn't send the rest of the things I demanded, so he AI'd the picture with his toes on it.
Folks, what is wrong with you lot out there? You want to complain about us, say we're this, say we're that, and then you send us picture of your feet. Like, why?
Not one person. First of all, if you are trying to get us to give you money to promote our podcast, then you will have heard this because clearly you'll have done your fucking research. If you message us asking us to give you Dara to promote our podcast, first of all, fuck off.
Yeah.
Okay. Second of all, if you've ever sent us, and I know who your name's Sam, or whatever the fuck I don't give a fuck. I'll reveal you, bitch. I'll reveal your bitch ass. You want to send us pictures of your toes? This isn't OnlyFans. This is Hot Ties Cold Takes. I don't want to see your feet, and we all laughed at you. And I told my friends, and we made fun of you. I told my wife, and she made fun of you. We're all talking about you behind your back.
I told my work colleagues as well, and they were like, "What a joke."
Nick told his work colleagues, "You fucking piece of stupid shit,
idiot." You know what you are? You know what you are? You know what we do to people like you? We put you on a list.
We put you. If you send us $70, we'll send you 50.
And maybe a picture of a hair on James's big toe. Maybe. No promises.
Our words.
Maybe.
Right. Enough about
James,
that toe
yes,
sending
moving on.
piece of
Will we
shit.
talk
Okay,
about one of
John Moxley's just bladed out my window.
Oh, I guess we better go clean it up.
No, fuck that. He'll only come back and blade again. One last topic. What about all these releases?
Yes, that's what I was going to mention. I was going to say, moving on from Toes McToes, the biggest one, and I want to say I am shocked, but part of me doesn't want to feel shocked at the same time. I know you're probably thinking, Kari Sana, Kari Sane, whatever. Oh, look at me, I'm a pirate. That's came and gone. Alistair Black. It was a big shock for me there because I really thought after what I said on the last episode of the podcast, I was going to book him to take on Cody. I was going to book him to the moon. I was going to be like, the promos they were going to have were going to be insane. In fact, I might actually do it and make like an episode about it on YouTube. I might actually bring out the booking again. Oh, that reminds me, James. I found all our old
No, you
emails
didn't.
from back in the. I did. I did. It's on a very old email, but I found them, and I
Oh,
might
man.
have to make it a series for us on YouTube. Just to
Yeah,
clarify
okay.
here, folks, me and James, what easily about 10 years ago,
Okay,
maybe
so
James,
10 or 12
we're,
years ago.
we're fantasy booking the hell out of some shit. Um, James was always Raw. I was always SmackDown. He would never let me have Raw because he was a prick that way. Uh,
You always had Masked Man and Joe Hendry, if I remember
always.
rightly.
I had a faction called The Takeover, which is now ripped off thanks by Jade Cargill. Um, I also predicted, and James, you can vouch for me here, I predicted that Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman would be a thing. Paul
You
Heyman
did.
would have turned on Brock Lesnar. I did that many, many moons ago.
You did.
Um, yeah. So I found that again, James, and I think it might be worth uncovering one more time.
I think there's definitely a fantasy booking series in there somewhere. Some of the
100%.
shit that we came up with was such good shit, pal.
CM Punk was never off James's show. Anytime we had to do a draft, he always took CM Punk and would never let me have CM Punk. I'm sorry, I wanted CM Punk, but yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
sure.
This I'm gonna take this moment, James, to say, fuck you.
Did you
I
not
quit.
have?
I quit.
No, no, no,
I
no,
quit.
no, no,
I
no,
quit. I
no,
quit.
no. Here, shut up. Did you
I'll quit again.
not? Did you? What's the format for Hot Tag School Takes? Nick
I
quit
quit.
every week and John Moxley Blades. Um,
Hot
did
tag
you
school take
not
quit
have?
edition.
Did you not draft Drew McIntyre a number of times?
Did I?
I don't. We need to go. We need to,
Oh,
I
James,
suspect you
I've
did.
lost the email. I don't know where it
I
is.
just go back and check. Just go back. Now, I'm famed for having a really shit memory, so you might want to go back and check that. Just double check, and then you
I
might want
think
to delete a couple of editions of your show just in case.
yeah, we'll
I'm
just
not
fast
saying you
forward it.
did. I'm not saying you did, but you might
Now,
have.
I did book Wade Barrett to the moon,
You
essentially,
did.
at one point. I did do Wade Barrett. So
Motherfucker
maybe
went
that's
over.
where we're hopefully getting mixed up. I think Drew was on my show, I'm not going to lie.
I
I think
think
he
he
fucking
was
was.
too.
I
I think
think he was.
you drafted that son of a bitch. It's okay, people. It was over a decade ago. People's minds change. Isn't that right, Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah. People come to their senses. Isn't that right? Like I'm giving you an out here. People come to their
Really?
senses. Right.
Really?
I'm looking at this list of people,
Uh huh.
right,
Uh huh.
that got released. No idea who the fuck that is. No idea. No idea. No idea. No idea. No idea. No idea. Alba Fire. No one give a fuck about her anyway. Zoe Stark. Never getting over. Um.
Zoe Stark, I read the Busted Open podcast with Billy Ray.
Yeah.
Big Bubba Bub.
That's John Moxley's favorite podcast.
He was. I like it. Bubba said on the podcast there about Zoe Stark getting released. She was just obviously coming back from injury. Her injury was, signed off or whatever, the return, and then they just released her. So he thinks what's best for Zoe Stark now is to go AEW in 90 days and basically tell her story. He basically wants her to go there, slobber about WWE, and then she'll help improve the women's division, is basically what he said. So, Bubba, I'm calling you out, brother.
Who gives a fuck about
Hey,
Zoe Stark?
Bubba, do you want to come on the podcast? I like you. I wear glasses too.
Fuck me.
Yeah, but Zoe
Zoe
Stark, yeah,
Stark.
pilot dirt.
I saw her live. She was fucking pish.
Did you actually?
Yeah, she was at a live event 2 years ago. Her and your other woman came out in a tag team. Shayna Baszler. Not one person in that building gave any amount of fucks
Oh
about
yeah,
either
that
of
was
them.
a tag team at one point,
Yeah, they
wasn't
were fucking shit.
it?
The Wyatt Six got released, of course, because they're shit as well. How you I saw this. No, I'm going to quote an actually. We predicted this. I told you this would happen when we
Yeah.
first saw we saw Nikki Cross come out. That she remember she was a superhero woman. What shit was that? Only one
Nikki
superhero.
Ash,
I what fucking shite.
almost a
Um,
superhero. She wasn't
when we
quite.
saw her tweet, I said to you, what do you see? The rest of them will get released, and then all the stands will be online going, how dare you do this to Bray Wyatt's legacy? I'm
Yeah.
not taking anything away. Listen, the man, Wyndham Rotunda, I'm sorry that you passed away, sir.
Yeah.
It's sad when anyone lose their life early.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Bray Wyatt was nothing more than a once or twice a year attraction. never good enough for longevity. The Wyatt Six picked it up out of respect, but it was never getting over. The title reign, I forgot they were even champions. I'm not surprised they're out. Couldn't give a shit about the Wyatt Six. Sorry, and it's not shitting on anyone's legacy. It's just a fact of the matter. No one's buying out an arena to watch Uncle Howdy walk down there with a lantern. End of story.
And then they had that feud on SmackDown with the MFTs as well, remember? Where they were going to...
It made the MFTs less relevant, that feud.
Fighting over a lantern as well. Like, why would they want the lantern for? You know, it makes no sense.
What are you going to talk about a lantern for?
What we sort of said before, whenever we've been chatting back and forward, and I'm going to just say it publicly too, and I think you will 100% agree with me here, that everything you said about Bray, 100% true, 100% stand by it, but he only got that level of noise because he passed away. Correct. Afterwards, and that's why they were like, oh, we now need to do something to honor him and dedicate to him, and we need to send this, strap a rocket to it and try and do what he did. That would never have happened. Obviously, if he was still here, I think his run would have slowed down. I think he would have dropped down the mid card, and he would have had to then maybe go away and try to come back with a new gimmick.
The Wyatt family, the Wyatt storyline would have been released about a year ago if he hadn't passed away. Yeah. He wouldn't be here. There's another what if. What if Wyndham Rotunda didn't pass away? Then the release of the Wyatt storyline would have been a year earlier.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's facts are facts. I agree. The Aleister Black thing. Interesting thing about the Aleister Black is he got released, him and Zelina.
Yeah.
And actually, I find when I watch the video of Zelina talking about her release on her stream, I find her attitude and the way she speaks to be not very endearing. I don't like the way she talks.
Well, she was pissed at the fact that, was it Sean Ross reported it before she
found out.
Yeah, and that's, I get it. I get that. Yeah, I understand that. Maybe that's probably why she was a bit salty and maybe a bit pissed about it. Like, 'cause I would be the same. You'd want to come out and say thank you or whatever to the fans yourself and say, oh, I've been released. I think it's a respectful thing to do. So, I mean, in that case, Sean Ross was an absolute knob.
Agreed. The only, by the way, just to cut you off there, the only half decent, reputable wrestling media outlet in the world right now is Hot Tactics Cold Takes.
Fact.
Fuck AEW. Anyway, yeah, okay. By the way, I was excited when Aleister Black came back to WWE. I think he's very, very talented.
Yeah.
You're going to make a point. I was about to say it, but I'm going to leave it for you because it was your point. You're going to make a point about what's next for him, so I'll leave that to you. They were the only ones that surprised me.
Because, and then, like, I don't know if you'd seen, or I think I maybe sent you the screenshot of it or something, like, a lot of AEW wrestlers were basically slabbering.
I was going to get that's what I was getting to.
That they didn't want them to return. And personally, I don't think he should. That roster, there's too many people on it anyway to begin with, so he doesn't need to go there. If Aleister Black has any sense, he goes to TNA. He goes to TNA, becomes, like, not to say a big star, but he becomes essentially the star that they need to carry the company on their back. And I think the dark stuff and the futuristic stuff and like the demon-y things and all that far-fetched stuff works for TNA. It really does.
There's a gap in their roster for him. I think there's a gap in their show for him.
Yeah, and I think he'll go there, he'd win the title, and he'd carry the title, and he'd actually make it relevant. So, but I mean, Mike Santana, I think, is the champion at the minute. I could be wrong. Not to say that he's a bad champion, but like he's not really offering an awful lot. I think you need someone like Alexa and Aleister Black to come in, take the title, and then you just have feuds left, right, and center with Black.
I think that's what I was getting to when I mentioned Zelina's attitude. There's obviously an issue there with them too, that AEW doesn't even want to touch them.
Yeah. But she was in TNA before many years ago too, so she's no problem going back there.
I think he would go and become a big fish in that pond.
Oh, 100%.
If he went to TNA.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a good move for them guys. I would do that too. The only other one, I suppose, well, we know where these guys I think will probably end up. Well, I don't know, the Motor City Machine Guns.
Okay, I'll go back to TNA. Yeah. Unless they have a cheap run in AEW, which I
possibly.
But they don't.
But no, me too.
If they've any
the Hardys.
Yeah. And the Righteous are a pretty fun, cool tag team. So they are like
I think there's a gap for them there. So I think right now, if I'm TNA, I'm going, I want Zelina, I want Aleister, and I want the Motor City Machine Guns. There's no one else on that list I give a shit about. Like, Bo Dallas is going to have to get a job at McDonald's. I mean, he can't take. Yeah,
Strip
but
arms.
he's screwed a wee bit because he can't take the Uncle Hardy gimmick. Uncle Hardy can't sign for AEW. That's a WWE IP,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
no one knows or gives a shit about Bo Dallas.
yeah.
So he's just going to have to work independence as
Bo Windham or whatever his name is.
correct as a Wyndham.
Yeah,
He's going to have to
yeah,
work it that
yeah.
way. So
I actually didn't
he
think of that. That's
he
actually a
doesn't
very fair,
have
fair
what
point.
he doesn't have anything else. And see, to be fair, you look at the other ones. The only one out of that group that maybe has something that they could use, i.e., a WWE name, is probably Nikki Cross, maybe
Yeah, because that's her
Joe
name.
Gacy.
No, well, it's close
Yeah,
to her name anyway.
but
Yeah,
she had a run as in the main event as in the female
yeah.
roster, so she has something to lean on. The rest of them don't really. Dexter Loomis, I don't know.
He was in TNA years ago
He
as
was
Sam Shaw. I want to say I might be
yes,
wrong with that.
yeah,
Sam Shaw, and he had the whole like Dexter gimmick going
yes.
on. So
So
he did, and
he's
I really
something.
enjoyed that.
Kerry Sane's going to New Japan.
Or
She won.
AEW.
No, I think she. I think the whole thing was she wanted to go home. But I want to finish this topic. Unless you've got something else, please interrupt me. But I want to finish this topic with a feeling deep in my heart.
Okay.
I saw I saw a post like a reference earlier about the Wyatts. I saw posts about Triple H is a piece of shit
Mhm.
releasing these people.
Mhm.
Fuck TKO. Fuck
Mhm.
Triple H.
Mhm.
Fuck The Rock.
Mhm.
And here's my feeling. None of you people posting this gave 2 ounces of fucks about any of these people 2 weeks ago. But
Yes.
now, because you want to get a dig in on TKO and Triple H, you're
Yeah.
giving a big belly, big balls on Twitter and social medias.
Yeah.
If
These boys
you
have
have,
families. Blah blah blah. How could
nah,
you
you
do
didn't get
that? Yeah.
you. So I assume if I come round to your house, you'll have lots and lots and lots of Wyatt merchandise hanging up in your house to support their families. No, you won't. You're a fucking lying piece of shit. You're just trying to get a dig in on Triple Hunter H, and I won't accept it. You're wrong. Shut your face. Thank you.
No, I 100% agree with you entirely on that. It's like the fact where they're like, oh, but they can still keep them on the books and pay them or whatever. They have families, not to. No, I mean, if you're working in a day-to-day job and if you're not pulling your weight and if there's nothing for you, you're going to get let go. You're not going to just be, continue to stay on the books. Like, why would you be? And then the other coin to that, or the other page or whatever, is, oh, but Tony Khan, he brings all these people in and he continues to pay them so wrestlers have a job. That's good for him if he wants to do that. But if I was the wrestler, I'd want to be on TV. I'd want to be, putting my name out there, not just picking up a paycheck. It's like a footballer sitting on the subs bench every week. Yeah, you're still getting paid, but does anyone know who you are or care for you?
The,
No.
the point I just made about them wrestlers on that list that don't have a big name to fall on, that's why the good side of the release, because how many more years do they sit collecting a downside guarantee
Yeah.
of a simple salary and getting no recognition whatsoever? It just means that you're going to be older and older and older
Yeah.
and less relevant every year that goes by. At least now you can try and start something. You have time because you're
Mm.
not getting anything. And to your point about wonderful Tony Khan doing all this shit, he fucked up as many gimmicks and as many superstar signings as the world says that Triple H does. So don't talk bullshit to me. Where did Ty Dillinger do? What about I've actually just forgot his name, Keith Lee. What about him? He didn't become a
Yeah.
star. So I'm not accepting any of that shit.
Yeah, and then they had ones that they had of their own, like so Wardlow, these own guys that they're building that they're going to be all the next best thing. And then where's Wardlow now? He's running gladiators.
By the way, just an FYI on this one, Hook,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
fucking garbage, bullshit, absolutely crap.
100%. Like I'm not even going to disagree. Like they talked about him like he was the next Taz, and like Taz was all right. I mean, he was just a small
Taz,
man that could
Taz was
suplex.
never, Taz was never a big star. My gosh,
No, no, he was
he
just a
was the
small man that
biggest
could
thing in
suplex.
yeah, he got a bit of a push from Paul Heyman in ECW, came to WWE, and within 6 months he was sitting in the commentary booth. Hook is useless. I
Yeah.
don't get it. I don't get that at him at all. Um, I don't just yeah. It's like listen, I'm not bashing. I said I wasn't bashing AEW, but John Moxley's bleeding everywhere right now, and it's bullshit. It's bullshit. I can't believe that WWE released. They released Chris Island How dare they do that to poor Chris Island? Who the fuck is Chris Island? And you don't care about him, and you didn't until Papa H released him. Shut your face. And your dad's face, too.
We will not hear anything bad about Papa H. You know what
Look,
happens to people who bash Papa H? Turns
Do you
up
know
at
what
your door with a
happens?
sledgehammer.
John Moxley blades on your eye.
He does.
To be fair, it's got nothing to do with anything Triple H. John Moxley just blades. Poor. Do you know what? Can we do a shout out right now for his poor wife, Renee Dupree?
Renee Zegweiler?
No, I thought it was Renee Dupree.
No, Renee Dupree, yeah, it is. I think you're right.
Carries a dog about wrestling in the mid 2000s.
Renee
Dupree. Let's Pee-Pee, is that not the name of the dog? Let's shout out to her. That woman has never done cleaning blood up around their house.
All sorts of blood.
Let's take a moment for poor Renee Dupree. Too busy trying to be French. Didn't get over being French. Got over as a female ring announcer. A little bit.
Here, how shit was she on commentary?
Oh, I was about to say that. I was just about to say that. Remember Vince McMahon thought about putting her on commentary and she was dog shit. And now she's cleaning up blood for a living.
Yeah, well,
while John Moxley smokes a cigarette, blading himself all day long.
Learns about Irish whipping history.
She's learned a few Irish whips. He's come home absolutely blocked, smoking a fag, covered in blood, been Irish whipped into the corner. I want to try my new finishing manoeuvre. Your finishing manoeuvre is always beating me with a knife. I know.
Jeez.
Sorry. Well, that is his finishing move.
But it's a butter knife.
Blade.
It's still blunt.
It's a spoon. He just blades. That's his finishing.
Spork.
Oh, dearie me. Okay, Nick. I'm done. I've had enough. I'm gonna end up in jail for things I say in this show.
You gonna quit?
No, that's your gimmick. I'll let you quit away.
Well, I had to find something because you stole glasses. So I mean, that's all I had going for me was Spanish with glasses.
Spanish with glasses. I'm
Spanish with glasses.
With glasses.
See,
so
that's just an extra one now. That's
but you get to quit. Okay, everybody. I think that's it for this week's episode. We'll be back again in 2 weeks. Keep an eye on us on our socials. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, we're all there. We post clips on the show. We post random stuff sometimes as well. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe. And if you think we have said something that you don't agree with, please tell us. If you like what we've said, please tell us. If you want Nick to blade live on YouTube, tell us. I'm not saying he'll do it, but you can tell us. And also, if you want to send us a photograph of your toes, that's on you. We aren't asking for them.
Yeah, preferably we wish you don't. But I mean, if you do, that's on you.
At least paint them
black.
Yeah, I can't believe someone sent us a picture of their toes, Nick.
Neither can I, James. Neither can I.
Oh dear. Okay, everybody. We'll see you next time.
No, we won't. Nope. I just want to say, I thought we made it really big, and someone had made a parody account of us.
Oh yeah.
On the old Tactics.
Right.
Hot. What was it? Hot Triffs, cold something. Anyway, somebody had made a TikTok name. Bear with me 1 wee second. I'm gonna find it.
It was our branding. Yeah, it was our branding as well, wasn't it?
It was. We'll quickly give them a shout out, I suppose. Here.
But you should give them a shout out. I think that's a fair thing to do.
Hot Takes, Cold Truth. I just like these guys sitting in a sauna speaking Russian or whatever it was. I don't know. Polish, Russian, I don't know. But yeah, we thought we made it big.
That's actually their gimmick, isn't it? That they sell saunas in Russia.
No, they just sit and chat shit in a sauna. I think, we're missing the trick here. So
they talk about wrestling?
I can't understand them, James. They don't speak English.
Shit, sorry.
Yeah, it's something else.
So, I'm trying to find the photo you sent me because it is our branding, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's the same colour scheme, same sort of setup.
So they've taken our branding, they've changed it to
Hot Takes, Cold Truth.
Hot Takes, Cold Truth.
So yeah, we give you guys a shout out, and if you want to connect with us, we'll sauna up with you.
We'll sauna up, baby. We're ready to go. I'm actually going to be. By the time you guys have heard this, I'll have spent the evening in the sauna. So I'm going away for my anniversary. So there you go.
I'll maybe.
Here, listen, Flownhausen. Oh, I didn't talk about Danhausen this whole episode. Let's get a couple in. Flownhausen, Moxley Bladehausen, Irish Whiphausen, Hogan Documentary Hausen, AW Hausen, Rene Dupree Hausen, Baldhausen, Glasseshausen. Yep.
What if Hausen,
What
Hogan
if
Hausen, you
Hausen,
said that. Yeah.
Hausen,
Hausen, Anniversary Hausen, Hot Tags Hausen, Sauna Hausen, 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 Van Heusenberg.
We'll see you next time on Hot Tags Cool Takes.
And if not,